Okay, so now we are going to explore Trello, and I want to talk to you about your CRM template that you have. And I'm just going to kind of give you a basic overview of what Trello is. We already went over Asana and how we can utilize that. I do think that Asana is definitely more well equipped for running a full business, whereas Trello, it's more user friendly, and some people just like the interface. If you are wanting a project management system that can, is very app friendly, I think Trello does have the best app out there. The other ones just get too complicated with the space available. So let's go ahead and take a look at what Trello is. I've created a mock account here just to kind of show you different things that you can do. So a Trello account is free. It's linked below. And we're just going to go over a CRM and just how we can either create our own pipeline for our own clients, or we can build this out for our clients as well and help them manage their sales pipeline. Okay. So when you're in here, you'll see your workspace, and then you can create boards. So a board is like that high level project we were talking about, and so let's say this is going to be we call it our CRM, or like our sales pipeline, or we could say lead tracking, something along those lines. You can pick a fun background, whatever background you like. And we're going to go ahead and create this. Okay. Now, you can see the automatic setup is going to be that to-do list. So when we made that to-do list in Asana, that's what it's doing here. So we could use this within our business if we wanted to say, here's all the items I have to do, and then what I'm working on. Like the cool thing here, so let's just say like emails. In Trello, it's very easy to just drag, and it's kind of fun. It's just a very visual, aesthetically pleasing platform. You can drag in Asana as well. It's just not as fun. Okay, and with the free version of Trello, you're only going to have the board option. So you'd have to pay if you wanted that calendar, or different types of formatting. For what you're doing in the beginning, you really don't need to pay for any of these platforms. Okay, so if we were going to create a pipeline for our potential clients, so this would be a pipeline for your business, so we could say interested. And then we're going to say like, we're in conversation. And then we're going to say the discovery call scheduled. And then we can say call complete. And then maybe we start onboarding them. Or, and then we can say like onboarding complete. If I can type. And then we're going to say we might have lost some, it wasn't a good fit. Okay. So then what we're going to do is, as people come in, I'm going to create a potential client card here. So these are called cards in Trello. So it's like you have your list. So this is a board. You have your lists, and then you have your cards. Okay. So here I would put the client's name right here. I might want to know, like, what is their business? What support are they looking for? Maybe time zone is a big deal for me. You could do industry. So any type of information that you want to know about your clients, you can put here in the description. Okay. You can do a checklist. So maybe I want, every time I create this card, I'm going to say like, add to email list. I might want to add some follow-ups in here. Send discovery call link. So whatever is in my process of working with the client from, their initial interaction with me to getting them on that discovery call to onboarding them to now working with them, I'm going to put every step of the way, all my onboarding in this checklist, okay? Now, one thing I do want to add here as a list is I'm going to put follow-up. So sometimes we do meet with clients and it's just not the right time. So let's say I have that call. We love each other, but really I think it's going to be 6 months before it's time to work together. Well, I'm going to move that card to follow up just so that I remember to go back and talk to them eventually. Okay, so now I have a potential client card. I have the information about them. Let's put like, we'll do social media links, maybe their website or their LinkedIn profile, all the information that I would want. And you're going to figure out as you go, like in your business, what do you need to know from your client? You know, we're going to make sure you want to send that questionnaire. Everything that you need to do, though, it does need to go in this this list right here, or this checklist. And so once I know exactly what I want to look for, I'm going to make a template. Okay. So now this template is going to, let's delete this one. There we go. Okay. I'm going to leave this here in my interested column because what I'm going to do is when I have a new person come in who starts talking to me, I'm going to click create card from template. I'm going to put their name here. This is the client's name, okay? Make sure it says keep the checklist because it's going to regenerate all these things I need to do as I start talking with this client. Okay? So now I can take notes. So let's say I need just to be like, I can post in here things that they've sent me, or if there's specifics about their business that, you know, aren't up here in the description, I can add them in the activity here, or I can say sent message on Sunday, you know, 6/13. I don't know. But anything I do with this client, I want to make sure it's documented in this card. Okay. And so now I'm having a conversation with this client and I'm going to know all the conversations I'm having in here. Okay. Now I've, you know, sent over that call link and I sent over the questionnaire. And remember, we aren't going to do the call unless I submit that questionnaire. So right now we have that call on the calendar. I've sent over the questionnaire and we could even, we'll add this on our template. We'll say questionnaire received. So that we make sure that that is something that does happen with this client. Okay. And then calls complete and then onboarding. So we're going to move this person through so we can see where people are at in the process that we've created, okay? Some things with Trello that are kind of fun. If you have a team member, you can add someone to the card, or what you need to do is at least add yourself. So right now in this account that I just created, my name is Hello. And so I'm going to assign myself to the card. And I'll put due dates on this. So let's say if they're interested, I want to make sure that I'm following up here by Wednesday or whatever it is. So I put a due date on this card and I'm actually going to change the due date as it goes through the process, you know, or let's say Susie is in my follow-up. I'm going to go in here and wherever we decided, let's chat in July, I'm going to remind myself in July to send Susie a message. And this is also going to send me an email and let me know that this card is coming up due. Which is going to make our clients realize like we are on top of stuff because we said we were going to contact them in July. And guess what? We're contacting them in July. You can also, in any of these cards, you can, you know, attach files. If they send you stuff that you want to just make sure you save, you put it in here. You can start to create labels. So you might say like, you could create labels by industries that your client is in, or you could create labels like dream client, like meh client, and kind of label them like that so you know kind of where they are and how much you actually want to work with them. Now, as far as a checklist and doing due dates and assigning here, I believe you need a premium. Yeah, so if you had that premium feature, you could assign yourself everything on this checklist. really, as long as you're assigning yourself the card and making sure there's a due date, then you're good to go. This right here is going to let you know that you are going to be receiving updates and emails when this card is close to due. And so you want to make sure that is checked. It's automatically checked, just don't uncheck it, okay? All right, so that is an overview of kind of just how you can use Trello to track potential clients. We will go back. I'll show you. There's lots of templates on here. Okay, so you can click create from template, maybe, and you're going to see a lot of different things in here. So, you know, the productivity ones are cool. There's marketing. There's a lot of business ones. There's remote working. And so just play around. If Trello is the one that you're going to use, like I said, just pick one. You don't need to be in all of these. But whichever one you use, you know, there's lots of templates. You can play around with them, see what's already there. I encourage you to have an agenda board, regardless of which software you choose. And then also have a board for each of your clients and a board for just your business. And the number one thing here is that you need to be checking your project management system every day that you're working. So if your work week is Monday through Thursday, you are checking your system Monday through Thursday, because if we're putting tasks in here, and if this is how we're making sure that we are on top of things, we need to make sure that we're actually looking at it, because it doesn't help us if we don't use it, right? But if we truly understand how to utilize these systems and we practice it and we get really good at it, that's when you're going to take that, you know, let's say you have a retainer package that is for X amount of work, and you think it's going to take 20 hours a week, or we'll go with that. If you really hone in this project management side of stuff, it might only take you 15, but you're still providing the same amount of value and deliverables to your client that you promised initially, but you're still also receiving the same amount of money, which means your rate has now increased, which this doesn't work with hourly. Which is why we eventually want to move away from hourly into a retainer or, you know, your package deal. However, it's just a great way to really do a lot of work, be focused in a minimal amount of time. So again, this is just an overview of some more ways you can use these systems and what Trello looks like.